guys, Nary here from Drakewing Gamers, following me on Twitter, The Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Fueled by Insanity, Daren's Path. So guys, let's go ahead and just jump right back into it, shall we? Ted just met Marshall, and now I think we're about to meet the rest of Jeffrey's group of friends, so let's just jump right in. Alarm chain, you're up, and let's go. Okay.
That's not what I meant.
Wow, rude.
Jeffrey, why?
Why not? I stick my tongue out at him, getting my revenge on him for how he teased me earlier. Hey guys! I turn my head as soon as I hear a familiar voice call out towards us. I feel both excited yet also anxious as Sean and Tracy make their way over to us. I was expecting to have more time before they arrived, though Ted and I did arrive a bit later than I initially planned.
Hi!
I hop up off the bench and wave to the two of them as they make their way over. Hey Jeffrey, long time no see! Hearing him call me Jeffrey takes me by surprise.
How did he know to call me Jeffrey? How you doing?
I'm good, how about you?
Same old, same old.
Jeffrey? Marshall's eyes are fixed on me, like he's trying to figure something out. Crap, this is going to make Ted suspicious as hell. I didn't consider this at all. Maybe if I play it off, they'll get the hint. Yeah. You know, I finally decided to use my actual name again instead of going by Candle, because what kind of weirdo wants to be called that? Smooth, Jeffrey.
Sean told me on the way over. It's a shame. Candle was such a fun name.
Yeah, it's a shame he, burned out of it.
Please no puns. You've only just arrived. So, all of your friends call you Candle? I want to hear the story behind this.
I'm never going to be able to live this down, am I? Nope. So, do you want to tell the story, Jeffrey, or shall I? You can. I'm gonna regret this, aren't I? Of course. I hate you. I love you too. Anyway. Okay, so Jeffrey used to be really shy around anyone new. I already feel like I'm going to regret giving him freedom to tell the story. He used to do this thing where he'd come up with a different name for himself every time he'd meet someone new and then go by for it like a day or two.
So he introduced himself as Candle when he met me.
Marshall didn't tell us he was inviting someone over. I didn't have time to come up with a name.
So you came up with Candle?
Yeah, well, it seemed like a good idea. Who am I kidding? It was the dumbest fucking name.
It was the best name.
The very best. Somehow I feel like I'm being ganged up on here. Then again, this is completely a problem of my own creation. Now that's the story. Now that the story's out of the way, Sean waves at Ted, his ears perking up. By the way, I didn't get your name.
I'm Ted.
Ted waves back, seemingly at ease. That makes one of us, at least, because I sure feel like a nervous wreck right now. I'm Sean. Nice to meet you. Daren told me you were a fan of the Sasato series, right?
Huh? Yeah, why?
When did Daren talk to him about Ted? Oh, wait, duh, he's the one who handed me the phone yesterday. Of course they were talking. You and Marshall have got something in common. Ted turns to Marshall, a smile making its way across his face. So much for me trying to get him away from the books on this outing. And again, I'd feel bad if Ted didn't have anything in common with any of them.
Oh, you've heard of it too?
Yeah.
I've read the first 2 books. I've been waiting to read the 3rd one, but haven't had the time.
Oh, but it's so good, though. You should.
I will eventually.
Well, who's your favorite character?
In the 1st or 2nd book.
Start with the 1st.
It's hard to choose. In the 1st one, I like both Karina and Sid.
The 2 mice?
Yeah. I was a teenager back when I read it, so it was really interesting to see the world through their eyes. It was neat how it changed perspective each chapter, so you got to know what both of them were thinking.
That was my biggest complaint about the 1st book, to be honest. I didn't like Karina's chapters that much because she was always on a high horse for one reason or another.
Yeah, but that's how she was raised.
Sid was too, but he was more rebellious. I liked him more because of that. Besides, he's the whole reason they went on that adventure.
So Sid was your favorite?
Out of those 2, yeah, but Ryan was my favorite character overall. But again, I'm probably biased because I love dragons. Oh, sorry about that, guys.
He was cool.
I'm happy to see the 2 of them hitting it off already. Even if it's not a conversation, I fully understand. I figure it's best to leave them to it for now, since there's no telling how long they'll be going for. Meanwhile, there's something on my mind that I want to ask about. Hey, Sean? Yeah? Thanks for, not giving away my actual name. I know it's dumb that I keep doing this. Thanks for playing it off the way you did, too. I kind of, I don't know. No worries, man. Daren told me what happened.
It's good to have you back.
Ah! I jump back when Tracy speaks, having somehow forgotten she's been standing here. I'm starting to regret having stayed up so long last night, now that my sleep deprivation is catching up with me. Good going, Jeffrey. Now I look like a doofus. Though Sean and Tracy give me confused looks, causing my face to flush red with embarrassment. I forgot you existed. Oh, that's okay. I forget all the time. The deadpan delivery of her line causes me to giggle. I know Sean does considering he forgot to wait on me the last time he went to the arcade. Hey, I came back. Yeah, after I waited an hour. Yeah, sheesh, sorry. The only reason you even remembered was because I had to text you like 50 times. Yeah, it wasn't 50. I don't remember how much it was, but it wasn't 50. Besides, at least my memory's not as bad as Jeffrey's. What's that supposed to mean? You know what I mean. You know what I mean. I don't, actually. Would you say you forgot? Anyway, did you guys have any plans for stuff to do today? I was thinking the arcade. Has Candle ever been to the arcade? Jeffrey. Oh, shit, sorry. I'm still not used to calling you Jeffrey. And yet, Sean says I'm the one with a bad memory. I think he has. Yeah, I think I went with you guys once. Didn't they have, like, laser tag there? Yeah, but we never got to play it. Oh, right. I think that was my fault. I wasn't feeling that good at the time. It's no biggie. Should we start heading over? I'm kind of hungry. I didn't have anything to eat this morning. Yeah, sure. Marshall, Ted, we're heading out now. Ted and Marshall carry on their conversation, completely tuning Sean out. Wow, they're really into that series, I guess. I don't think they heard you. You do the same thing. How so? He pauses, as if he's waiting for me to figure out, though nothing comes to mind. I don't get it. And this is why I say your memory's bad. What did I do? Nothing, it's nothing. He's got the biggest grin on his face as he says this, so I can't help but ask. Seriously, what? I have no idea what you're talking about. Sure you don't. He lightly pats my head, and I have to fight back the blush that's trying to come out. I know I've only been gone for a month, but I missed having him mess around with me like this. Hey nerds, we're going to the arcade. Somehow Tracy's voice manages to get their attention even though Sean's didn't. Ooh, that sounds nice. Arcade, huh? I've never been to one. Seriously? Is that weird? You've got to get out more, dude. I guess I've just not had a reason to. I've never had anyone to go with. Well, you're going now, buddy. How far away is it? I think it's about 40 minutes away or something like that, right? No, it's only 10. Why did it take us so long to get there last time, then? We got lost last time. Because somebody didn't want to listen to my directions. I was trying to help. You've never been there. I'm the one who knew where it was. Maybe if you had spoken up sooner. I did. Obviously, it wasn't loud enough. Fuck you. No, fuck you. No, fuck you. I'm gone for only a month, and you already sound like an old married couple. We do not. I'm on Jeffrey's side, you totally do. I've missed the silly banter amongst my friends. It's nice being around it again. Granted, I'm still not sure how I feel about Tracy being so much closer to Sean than I am now, but I've just got to accept that. Now I've just got to make sure Marshall doesn't steal away Ted from me as well. I really need some more. I need to really find some more things in common with him. Sure enough, it doesn't take long at all to arrive. Music echoes throughout the building as the sounds of arcade games can be heard from every direction. There's a food stand near the entrance in case we get hungry, and a couple water fountains beside it. Marshall's already made his way over to get himself some food, while Sean's gone to get tokens for all of us. I jump up and down as a surge of excitement energizes me. I feel ready and raring to go. Unfortunately, not everyone is as enthusiastic as I am. Oh, this place is huge and loud. I know, isn't it great? Yeah. I give him a thumbs up, hoping that maybe I can pass on some of my excitement to him, but it doesn't seem to help. If it helps, I had the same reaction my first time. You get used to it. I guess. You've got me here, too, so nothing can go wrong. I'll make sure you have fun. I now give him not one, but two enthusiastic thumbs up. Thankfully, my gesture manages to put a smile on his face this time. See? Look, you're already twice as happy now. You're such a dork. Aha, but I am a happy dork. I reach out and poke Ted's nose as a silly way to emphasize this fact. He responds by trying to bite my finger, but I'm too quick for him and manage to boop his nose before he can. Question. Are you two dating? Why does everyone keep thinking we're dating? Well, are you? I turn to Ted, looking for help on how to respond, but all he does is snicker. Pa! Ted! Why?
I'm just saying, if you two were, you'd make a cute couple.
Of course, this causes Ted to laugh even more. This must be his revenge for me booping him.
Nah, we're not.
I'm back! Gah! I jump back startled when I hear him. I wasn't expecting him to return so soon.
Wow, Jeffrey.
Hey, don't you wow me!
I'll wow you if I want. This is what I'm talking about.
Anyway, what happened while I was gone? Nothing at all. Where's Marshall?
Right here.
He returns with a small tray of nachos, the smell of which makes me start to salivate. Ooh, those look really good.
Would you like some?
Sure. He holds the nachos out for me and I take a handful of chips. I feel slightly bad for taking so many, but not bad enough to stop myself from scarfing them down. Marshall looks down at his tray, disappointed with how much I took from him. Nothing changes with you, does it?
What? I'm hungry and he offered.
I look over towards Ted, hoping for him to back me up, but he only gives a disapproving sigh.
Am I going to have to buy you some nachos now?
Upon hearing his offer, I put on the best innocent smile I can muster.
Fine, let's go.
Wait, take your tokens first. Sean goes from person to person, handing out tokens and collecting money. Oh crap, I forgot we're supposed to pay for our own. By the time he gets to Ted and me, I nervously smile, not sure what to say. Thankfully for me, he speaks up so I don't have to. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say you didn't bring any money.
I only have enough to cover food. I didn't know we were going to somewhere like this.
It's all cool. You guys can always pay me back later.
I don't exactly have a job right now, so I don't know if I'll be able to. I don't want to owe anyone. I'll pay for you. You sure? Yeah, we're going to have fun, right? Thanks. Ooh, can you pay for me too?
Seriously, Jeffrey? Never mind. Hey, Jeffrey's got some bad habits. Once everything's sorted, the group heads off in different directions. Marshall's on his way to the rhythm games, Tracy makes a beeline to the zombie shooters, and Sean goes off towards the racing games. Ted, meanwhile, stays with me.
So, food first?
Yeah! The two of us make our way over to the food stand and check out the menu, which consists of 2 items, nachos and hot dogs.
Huh, they really don't have much variety, do they?
They don't need to when it's all good. As we walk up, the husky working the counter smiles and waves it to us.
Oh, goodness. Oh, God. Ow, ow, ow.
Ugh. Oh, God, I've got gunshot sneezes like my dad. Hi! What can I get for you?
I'll get...
I quickly cut myself off, realizing an important detail. Oh, wait, I still don't have money.
I already said I was covering food.
Oh, right. Thanks. Sorry about this.
It's no problem.
I turn back to the employee and consider my many options. All 2 of them.
I'll get... Actually, what are you getting, Ted?
Ted shrugs in response to my question.
I'll get whatever you're getting.
What? You can't just copy my order?
Sure I can. I'm paying, aren't I?
Fair point. I guess in that case I'll get the nachos. I'll have nachos. Sure thing. Would you like meat and cheese or just cheese? Meat and cheese. I'll have meat and cheese. You got it.
I'll have the same if that's okay.
2 nachos, coming up. Husky reaches under the counter to pull out a couple bags of chips, opening them and pouring them into a couple of trays for us. Next, he brings the trays over to a machine and presses the button on it to pump the cheese out, before finally topping them with meat. By the time he places our orders on the counter, my mouth is already watering. The handful Marshall gave me earlier made me realize just how much I've missed nachos. Ted reaches into his pocket and hands the employee some money, and then we make our way over to the table and sit down. I immediately dig in, wasting no time getting this delicious food in me. Ted, on the other hand, eats at a slower pace. Thanks for paying for the food. It's good. I managed to get the words in between mouthfuls. Nearly done with my food after only a couple of minutes.
Of course, I'm not going to let you starve. Though, I do need to figure out my money situation soon. I'm almost out. I've only got a few dollars left.
We'll worry about that later. Just focus on having fun for now. We're at an arcade after all.
I guess.
Don't make me bop your nose again.
You wouldn't dare.
You want to bet?
No, I guess not.
Huh? Why did he get so sad suddenly? Did I do something wrong?
Are you okay? Did I do something?
Boop. I flinch as Ted pokes my nose, catching me completely off guard.
Gotcha.
I stare at him blankly for a few seconds, trying to process what just happened, when I finally realized.
Hey, you tricked me!
I did. I'm not sure whether to be annoyed with him or impressed. Well then. I reach out to bop his nose, but he deflects my hand with one arm while poking my nose again with the other. You suck!
Hey, you started this war.
Yeah, well... I try one more time, but it's just another repeat. He pushes my hand away and lightly swats at my nose in return. Hehe, you can't win. I go back to munching on my nachos, grumbling. Okay, I admit defeat. I finish off the last of my food, ready now to go and play some games. I'm gonna head off now. I'm gonna go play some games.
Oh, I haven't finished yet. Then finish your food, silly. Can you wait for me? I am still having trouble getting used to all the loud music.
Right, it's the music's fault that you want to be with me.
Okay, maybe it's not just that. Getting some free wins against you in some arcade games sounds fun too.
I thought you said you've never even been to an arcade. What makes you think you can win at any of these? Ted's in the middle of a bite when I ask, so rather than giving any verbal response, he gives me a thumbs up. You can't just give me a thumbs up! Ted rolls his eyes, finishing the food he was chewing, only to take yet another bite again. Now he just gives 2 thumbs up, with a silly smirk on his face. Now you're just copying me. Ted finishes swallowing that bite before responding, which is probably better manners than I have.
Of course!
With that, he takes his final bite before we head off, making sure not to leave any trash behind on the table before we leave.
What should we play?
Well, Sean's playing racing games, Marshall's probably playing a rhythm game. I can hear Tracy playing a zombie shooter even from over here. There's also air hockey if you want to play that. What would you like to play first?
I'll let you decide.
Why me?
Why not? You know these games better than I do.
I guess. In that case, we'll start with... who's playing the racing game? Was that Sean? What did I do last time? Let's do a zombie shooter with Tracy. I'm really curious what Tracy's doing over at the zombie shooter. Let's head on over.
Zombie shooter, huh? That sounds fun.
The two of us make our way on over to the very loud and obvious shouting from Tracy. When we get there, we find her at what looks like a difficult section of the game she's playing. The graphics are cheesy, but I can tell she's managing to do well, as she's barely missing any shot she fires.
Hey, that looks...
Ah! Tracy screams and quickly turns towards Ted and starts pulling the trigger on her plastic gun, only to realize what she's doing. With her focus no longer on the game, it's only a matter of seconds before the words "Game Over" appears on the screen.
Shit, you guys scared me! Sorry about that, I didn't mean to. It's all good, friendo. Sorry for making you lose, too.
Tracy looks back at the Game Over screen and shrugs, not seeming to care at all about it.
I've already beat this one before, it's fine. You guys want to join?
Sure!
Yeah, I have no idea how to play, but it looks fun. Oh, it's easy. You just pull the trigger and to shoot and aim off screen to reload. There's 3 players, so we can all play together. Just maybe don't shout in our ears too loudly, Tracy. We can hear you from the other side of the arcade. Game's intense, yo.
We all go up to the arcade machine and pick up the plastic guns from their holsters. Tracy's to my right and Ted is to my left. We each put in 4 tokens for a grand total of 12. I mess around with my gun, trying to get used to pointing it back and forth from the screen to the ceiling, knowing that's how I'll have to reload because I'm in the middle. Meanwhile, Ted is examining his gun, admiring the shoddy subpar details put into it.
You guys ready?
Yeah! Tracy presses the start button, and we're presented with a cutscene with our 3 characters running through a forest away from a horde of zombies. Ted, having never played before, attempts to shoot our characters on the screen despite us not being in the gameplay part yet.
Why is it not working?
Ted, that's you. You're trying to shoot yourself.
Oh, oops.
And I thought I was bad at games. A moment later, the cutscene ends and the camera zooms into the first person with us hiding behind cover as zombies approach. Alright guys, I'm gonna pause it right here. The next episode will be the conclusion of the zombie game. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Leave a super thanks or a tip if you can, it always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!